Immigration was a topic that the Pope talked a lot about when he visited the United States back in September. Now that he's visiting here in Mexico, that issue is going to become center stage.
Yeah, the other issue at hand is the violence that has plagued this country because of a drug war. Daniela Pardo reports.
And I think that the Pope's strategic choice of the most violent areas in the country is a very good sign, where he's trying to imbue people with a sense of hope that the most destitute of the country and the most damaged of the country still deserve God's grace and still deserves the ability to confront the state, and that the state must respond.
Just 4 months after Pope Francis visited the United States, he is returning to North America, but this time as a missionary of mercy and peace to a country who some say need his advice.
And in Mexico, too old Mexico, we have very problems, social problems, political problems, poor people, and we need something, a voice who guide us.
We pray that we may walk without schism.
His message in the U.S. was one of family, faith, and the future of the church. This time he is highlighting two important messages. One will be to encourage believers and non-believers to engage in building a just, united, reconciled, and peaceful Mexico.
The Pope's visit to Mexico is designed to bring attention to the suffering masses of Mexico. And the suffering masses of Mexico are victims of the impunity and corruption.
Ciudad Juárez, the last stop on the Pope's trip, is excited to show how the border city is recovering.
Con esta visita va a ver el mundo un Juárez distinto.
With this visit, the world will see a different Juárez. Instead of seeing a city that was considered the most dangerous in the world 6 years ago, people will get to see a city that's peaceful, hardworking, dynamic, and intelligent.
The second part of his message is focused on immigrants and the families affected.
I think that the message the Pope will give that day will speak to migrants and refugees from all over the world.
I believe the Pope's message will bring hope to mothers like myself. There are many of us out there who are striving for better opportunities, such as a decent job and a better education for our kids.
The Pope's journey will first take him to Ecatepec, a working-class suburb of Mexico City. From there, he will go to one of the poorest areas of Mexico, the state of Chiapas, home to a large indigenous population. For many migrants, this area is considered the first stop on a long and dangerous trek to the United States. The third stop on his itinerary is Morelia, the capital of Michoacán, another Mexican state racked by narco violence. Before flying back to the Vatican, Pope Francis will visit the U.S.-Mexico border in Ciudad Juárez. He will have an open-air mass and deliver what church leaders are calling a binational message, and that's for all immigrants to be treated as God's children. The pontiff will also speak to those who are still hurt by all the violence this city faced.